Why, you ask, am I in the middle of this beautiful vista in the dead center of Pennsylvania? Well, that's a great question that I'm about to answer. So if you are ready, let's go. Hi, I'm Janet with Future Ready Consulting. I have spent over 30 years in higher education, but I've never launched my kid into college away from home. I am here in Pennsylvania, in the practically dead center, near Juniata College, because I'm about to launch a kid to college. And I thought I would bring you along for the ride so that you could learn from some of the things we've learned from and potentially some of our mistakes. So in a previous video, I've talked about how making going to college adventurous and a little more fun takes the stress and strain out of turning a kid loose in the world and not seeing them for months at a time. Scary. That hasn't happened yet. I'll let you know when it does. We're moving him in tomorrow, but we're here in Pennsylvania and we're really excited to get him off and running on his new adventure. Now, how did we get here? We used a trailer to bring his stuff because he had an air conditioner he had to bring, a refrigerator, he had to bring some fairly large items. I don't want to be packed in a car like sardines as we drive down the road. So we used a trailer we happen to have, but you can always rent a cargo trailer from U-Haul just to make the ride a little nicer and more fun. So we did that. We came early. Tip number 2, come early. He moves in on Sunday. We did the drive on Friday so that today we could relax and we could check out the area. There's a lot of cool things in this area around Juniata, Pennsylvania. And we're really excited to have explored some of this. There's Amish country, so we explored that. There's some rivers and streams that are super cool. There's some really interesting and delicious restaurants. As you see here, enjoyed a fabulous breakfast this morning. And so we were able to enjoy it as a family and not stress about how we're moving him in and not going to see him for weeks. So I think that's super important as you do this transition, that you add in some adventure and some fun so it's not as stressful. Highly recommend. Juniata College is a small liberal arts college in Huntington, Pennsylvania. It has just under 1,300 students, with 11% being international and nearly 20% being from domestic, underrepresented populations. It's great because the student-to-faculty ratio is 11:1, and each student gets 2 advisors. The courses of study are very applicable, and they have some niche areas such as wildlife conservation, which is why my son was interested in going to Juniata. So if you get a chance and you're in Pennsylvania, check it out. It's pretty cool. Oh, hey, we are back from taking our son to college, and I am here to share our adventure with you and what went well and what didn't go so well. But in fact, most of it went really, really well. So I have some things to share, and lesson number 1 would be plan, plan, plan. So you can't just decide the week before, a few days before, hey, what do we need to take our child to college? What are they going to need? They're going to fight you. They don't want to plan ahead. But this really made a difference for our family to plan ahead. We had a spreadsheet, and maybe you don't need to go that far. We have a college planner that gives you a packing list, but we created a packing list because we didn't have that. Now I have it for you. See the link in the description below. We had a planning list on a spreadsheet. We had different tabs for like bedroom stuff, cooking snack stuff, self-care things, and school things, like what will you need to be successful at school. We had all that on a list, and we just chunked it out day by day of what he had, what didn't he have, and where we'd have to buy it and where we'd have to order it. So we had the stuff ordered from Amazon way before we needed it. You don't want to race the clock on that. And we only had to go to Walmart for like 2 surge protectors. So you need more than one. That's my first fail. You need more than one surge protector, probably 2 or 3. That's all we had to go for, though. You know, you take your child to a college town that's really busy or doesn't have too many stores, and you're all going to be there together. That sucks. So plan ahead, try to get everything purchased ahead of time. We have a list also in the description below of our favorite products and things, and we will take out the things that were not so popular and did not work so good, so you don't have to worry about that. But plan ahead, have them find these things, and make a list, a shopping list of the things you need, so that when it's time to take off, you have that ready to go. You're taking 90% of the things you need. I know it's tempting to go, let's just wait and see what we need. It's already stressful. They're seeing new people all around. They don't know what they don't know, and you don't want to go to a busy store. It's just stressful. So try to get everything you need ahead of time and get it packed up in different packing areas and put labels on it. We took the trailer you see behind me. That worked great because we could just pack all those things in the trailer. We could even do it the night before or a few days before as things got purchased and arrived. Things were labeled. I know it sounds like a lot, but it will make your life so easy when you get there. And then the students that help unpack just come to the trailer and they just pulled things out. It was great. So first tip, plan, and get started ahead of time to get all those things. Tip number 2. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, and you saw it at the beginning of the video. Plan an adventure along with this trip. Don't just make it about driving there, dumping them off, coming back. Why? Because this is stressful transition time for them. It's a stressful transition time for you. Trust me on that one. But if you make a fun trip to go along with it, it really helps ease them into it. So we planned to stay at an Airbnb an extra day. We went and we toured a couple of really small, awesome little towns. We got to shop in some Amish shops nearby, which was really awesome. We were able to pick him up some homemade snacks in the Amish store areas. It really was nice. It was low stress. We spent some time together. I'm telling you, up until the point that you're making this transition, oftentimes to make it easier, either the parents or the children or both, try to make things blow up. There's anger, there's emotion, because it's easier to separate when there's some emotion created around that. We didn't have that because we just planned this little trip and we were touring around and seeing the sights, and he got to see some areas he might want to visit with his friends. He's going to sound pretty knowledgeable about the area, and the other new folks may not be as knowledgeable, so it was really great. So that is suggestion number 2. Plan a little sightseeing tour around your visit. We also ended up checking out some thrift stores, some Goodwill stores, to see if we could get him some other things that he might need for his dorm. That's a good tip as well. Tip number 3. Go around and set up rewards cards for the stores that are a walkable distance to your child's college. So for example, popular place for the kids to go is Sheetz. Well, they have a reward system. So we went ahead and got him a reward card signed up. He thought we were a little crazy. Now I think he loves it. He gets discounts. And as we travel back and forth multiple times, we are using it to get points for him as we stop and get gas and everything. So he gets the points, he gets the rewards, he gets discounts. So it was a really great thing to do, and he probably wouldn't have done it on his own. So we showed him how that was useful and helpful. We also went to the local drugstore and grocery store and did the same thing, set up a reward card system for him. So now he has those reward cards loaded into his phone, and he can use those at those stores. Also, think about, where is he going to pick up packages? What is his mailing address? Get that. Everybody wanted to know that from before we even knew it. So we made sure and got a picture of his address to mail to, so we could send to everyone. The other thing we did is we got a label maker, a printer, a postal printer. It can postal print for packages, and it can postal print for just envelope. Wasn't that expensive, and we printed off a bunch of labels both for his grandparents and for us. So now you have labels you can slap on letters and cards really easily. And you can print some for him to have of your address, so he might mail you a letter now and then, although nowadays you really don't need that, do you? But he loves to get packages and cards. And then we have the postal one. You also can contact the post office. I'll put that link below as well, and get free shipping boxes, free shipping envelopes that you can then pay the postage to send things you forgot. There were a few things. Power cords. Make sure you gather all the power cords of all your electronics. But we were able to ship him things. We can ship him cookies. We can ship him surprises. So we did that. We got all of those things so we could print those out really fast and easy. But those boxes and envelopes are free from the post office website. So check that out. Order some. Be prepared, so that you can send those cool little surprises, and make sure everyone's set up with labels so that they can send your child, surprises and birthday things and all that kind of thing. That was really nice. So set up your reward cards for the area, set up your postal system so you're ready for that. Set up a regular time that you all can meet on video chat once a week, so that you can set it out of your schedule, they can set it out of theirs, just for a check-in. How's it going? How's friends? How's your schoolwork? Do you have any questions? Is there anything we need to discuss? That check-in every week is something everyone can look forward to and depend on. And of course, you communicate by text and everything in between, but that one scheduled time is really nice to have set aside for everyone to plan on. My last, fourth tip is sprinkle in some surprises as you unpack your child. It is nice to help them unpack, get things in a home, start them off on the right foot. They have probably never had to organize an entire room or an entire living space themselves. Get everything built. If there's things to put together, find homes for everything. That way you also know where things are. So when you get that call, hey, do you know where my XYZ is? Yes, you do, because you put it there. Help them get set up, all their cords and everything set up, so that they're starting at a clean, neat, and organized place. It probably won't stay there, but at least they're starting ahead of the game, and they don't have to think about where to put everything. All of you, we were all part of the process. We asked, where do you want this and where do you want that? So they made their choice, but you kind of know where things are. You could show them how to organize different zones in a room. So we had a food zone, kitchen area, a study area. Oh, and we traveled with a fish. That was super cool. So we traveled with his fish in a little cup, sitting in the car. The fish was fascinated. No worse for wear. Set up their tank when we got there. That was pretty sweet. But help them get all that set up, so that's off their plate. Now, we took him at a time when there was like an orientation thing going on, so then they went camping. So it was even more important to get him set up and ready to go. So when he came back to start classes, he was set. So sprinkle in some surprises. We put some cards under his pillow, some little note cards, some affirmations, and some things like that, some little snacks in places that he didn't know he had, so that they can find those later. That's pretty fun. So don't be afraid to do that. Really, I can't think of something that didn't go well, other than when you get the signal it's time to go, it's time to go. And you should probably head out. I know it's hard, but head out, encouraging. We didn't have a lot of tears and things, because we just were happy that he was happy and he was meeting new people. So that's the goal, right? It's our goal to get them up to this next level, to where they're headed out and being more independent. So cheer that on. And we felt good about it. He felt good about it. The only thing was, make sure you tie down everything in your trailer or your back before you leave, because there was a little bit of shifting after we got everything out. Take stuff back that he didn't use or doesn't need. Don't leave him to figure out what to do with that. So we brought some things back and then gave it away when we got back. And make a list of things that he forgot that you can either send or he can pick up next time one of you makes the trip. All right, I have one more other little thing I want to show you that was really came in handy. This will come in handy for all kinds of travel. It's a little heavy, but we took a power pack. All right, this is a DJI 500 power pack. It's 500 amp hours. So it's one of those where you can plug items in. So let me show you. Got it in a nice case. You can plug things in to the power pack so that you can have it in the car, so that you can work on a computer, do work while you're in the car. You can charge everybody's devices because everybody's trying to get on that one plug you have in the car with the one cord. So you can charge things. We used it to charge a computer so we could do some work on the way there. You could charge phones, like I said. You could hook a cooler or a refrigerator into that and keep that going. And then once you get there, it's available for anything you might need. Plug it in to recharge it, and then you have it for the trip back. We're going to take it on all our travels from this point forward because you can never have too much power. So, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. We'll have all the items that we really liked and helped us out in the description below, and the things that weren't helpful, we won't have them. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll subscribe. There's lots of great nuggets you can take away from our channel. I'm Janet with Future Ready Consulting, and keep in mind always, without impact, it doesn't matter. Later.